How do there, guys, and welcome back to Edgar TV, where today I'm going to be making one of my favourite videos to make, the 5 Things We Learnt series. 5 things we learnt in regards to the World Grand Prix, the TV event that's just been on, the double start, double finish format won by Luke Humphries. And I like making these for 2 reasons. One, because I like to give you 5 things I think we've learnt from the event, but 2, so you can feed back in as well. What did you learn from the event? Let me know down in the comment section below. Share with everybody else what you think we learned from this event. I'm going to start at the very, very top. I'm going to start with the champion. I'm going to start with Luke Humphries. Luke Humphries dominated the event. He played extremely well, only losing a handful of sets in taking the title. And he came into this in good form. He's been winning regularly on the European Tour. And I spoke coming into this event how he's been like the 2nd best player in the world over 3 months and the 4th best player over 12 months, and incredible stats that have been sustained for a long period of time. That's been also converted to results on the TV stages. We've seen him make the semi-finals of pretty much every TV major going over the last sort of 12 months or so. Expect him to go one further. I put in my predictions that I think he'll make it through to the final, losing out to Gerwyn Price. He ended up going one better and picking up the title. For me, Luke Humphries showing a lot of quality. I was sat with Paul Nicholson down in Portsmouth this past week, and I said after he beat Peter Wright from 2-0 down, that's what's been missing in Luke Humphries' game. When you look at it and go, what makes someone go from a semi-final to being a major champion? What's that little bit that's missing from being a quality player on stats to being a big winner? A moment like that, turning around a game like he did against Peter Wright, winning that was the moment for me Luke Humphries arrived. Luke Humphries, for me, we learnt from this, is going to confirm what I've been saying about him on this channel since this channel was created, that Luke Humphries will be a world champion. Item number 2. The old guard are changing, and by the old guard I mean players like Raymond van Barneveld, James Wade. James Wade due to drop out of the top 16 very soon unless he has a big run at the World Championship. And when I'm saying big run, I mean like get to the final or win one of the other majors at the back end of the year. Raymond van Barneveld has got back into the top 32. This ain't a slide, this is an improvement, but just doesn't quite have that old Barneveld magic. Both of them going out early in this one. I think we are seeing the changing of the guard in terms of that next wave of player. We've got our top players, our Prices, Smiths, MVG, and now you put Luke Humphries in there. And then you look, who's the next wave? Who's the player that you go, that player's always competitive as being a contender for the championship? I don't think nowadays you think of James Wade van Barneveld. You think of people like Joe Cullen or Chris Dobie, for example. I think they're now going to be the players that was the Barnevelds and Wades for the last sort of 10 years or so, where they'll come along and they'll pick a major up sort of every couple of seasons like James Wade did. Josh Rock starting to feel the pressure, I think, is the one. Josh Rock, the World Youth Champion for just a couple more weeks now before Gian van Veen takes on Luke Littler in that final. And I think Josh Rock's results this year have been a little bit more inconsistent. The average dropping below 90 has happened a little bit more often than it was. It's not as high over the hundreds as it was, and he's just sliding down a little bit, and the results aren't quite as strong. He lost his World Youth Championship to Gian van Veen in the quarterfinals, averaging just 88. And for me, there's a little bit of hesitation in his throw. Certainly when the backswing comes to the deep set position, there seems to be a bit of hesitation, lots of finger movement on the dart, which is just changing the dart to tip and turn to the side very slightly. So he's ending up with the dart pointing right the way across, which means he's throwing and lifting the shoulder an awful lot. So a bit of a technical breakdown for Josh Rock as well at the moment. He's very young and he's very, very good. So I think this is only going to be a little temporary blip, but just a little something to keep an eye on as we go into the majors at the back end of the year, that just not quite where he was 12 months ago. He's still well ahead of probably where anyone would have expected him to be when he went to Q School at the start of this tour card. And pretty soon, he's also going to have a new pressure because he's going to start defending ranking money. At the moment, everything Josh Rock gains is gain. It goes on top. But in a few months' time, when 2024 hits, he's going to be defending. That means if he won £2,000 on the 1st of January, on the 1st of January he'll lose £2,000. If he made £1,000 on the 1st of January, he would still lose £1,000 off his rankings. So he's going to be defending quite some sizable chunks next year. Be interesting to follow the Josh Rock story for the next year or so. See where that one goes. Double start, double finish format. It's bloody fun, isn't it? I love the Grand Prix. It's something different. I don't think it's something we should see very often. I think it's good because it's unique and different. It's played locally in many local leagues and pub leagues. And it's just fun. It's a different atmosphere, isn't it? It's a good leveller. And we see more surprises than ever, certainly in that first round. Short format and double start. Just adds that little bit more drama, doesn't it? Means the advantage of throw means a little bit less if you don't get in straight away, or if you get in with like a last dart tops, for example. Love the format, love the event. Can't wait for it to come around again next year. Maybe as well, in the comments section, let me know what sort of format you would like to see. I see a lot of people say they'd like to see it extended to 701. I'd like to see the old World Masters format put into the Masters, because now the WWF don't use that system anymore, or the Masters format. That is set play, but the sets aren't best of 5, they're best of 3. That is ruthless quick format darts. I'd like to see that brought into the PDC. Final thing, my number 5 on this list is that no one is safe anymore. There is no such thing as a good draw. I predicted Luke Woodhouse would beat Dave Chisnell in the first round, and I had people in the comment section tell me I was mad. Well, it turned out to be correct. Dave Chisnell came into the event on the back of winning a Euro Tour and the Players' Championship. Luke Woodhouse was world number 44 with limited TV experience. He has moved up since to number 40, but he beat the 4-man Dave Chisnell. Now, I just think this is a case of no one is safe. No one. And we look at Andrew Gilding outside the top 32 winning a major title this year. When's that ever happen? We had last year people outside the top 16 winning major titles regularly. When does that ever happen? The depth in darts is bigger than ever. Now, the standard, people talk about the standard. The standard in darts is better than ever. No, it's not. We don't have Phil Taylor. Without Phil Taylor, the standard of darts can never be better than it ever was. Phil Taylor set the standard. But what we have is we have a depth. We have a deeper meaning behind how far we can go down the rankings before we go, that player can't legitimately win a major title, or that player can't legitimately win a Pro Tour or Euro Tour, or upset one of the big players. The system now in darts is so good in its staircasing, I think anyone inside the top 64 could spring a surprise somewhere, which by now that makes it no surprises. So was there shocks at the Grand Prix? So I'm contradicting myself a little bit, aren't I? But for me, no more sort of surprises. The depth in darts has once again been validated, and we learnt that here over this double start format. Again, let me know in the comment section what you think you've learnt from this event. I can't wait to see what you guys think down there. Please do, on your way, hit a like. That's the thumbs up button just underneath me on this screen. That tells YouTube you're enjoying it. And if you've not subscribed, please do so, because one day I want that plaque. I'll catch you soon, guys, for some more Edgar TV. Edgar TV.